Amatsu is a Japanese natural osteopathic therapy. It's got origins that trace back thousands of years. And what it largely is a system that helps a person to get to the root cause of their ailment, condition or disease. My name is Sean Beakey. I'm an Amatsu Sakatsu therapist and clinical orthopath. I have a history in the health and fitness arena. I started off, in fact, as a personal trainer while studying a lot of martial arts. Now, it was a lovely progression to amalgamate all these things together, but while doing it, I realised that there was an imbalance between the hurting and healing aspect within the martial art community. I started to pursue a therapy program to become more aware about the opposite side of martial arts, and this has ultimately led me to where I am now. So having spent a lot of time in Japan, I became very aware of their kind of approach towards maintaining good health. And this has moulded and sculpted how I practice in Ireland here. There is a strong emphasis on a person being very much so part of their own solution. So when a client comes into me, my job is not only to address their immediate concern and issue, but educate them as to what their part is in going forward, keeping this problem at bay. So when a client elects for treatment, what we do is we take a comprehensive case study history. And that will be the client's perception and the medical background that they have got to that point. At this point in time then, we go through a series of orthopedic and kinesthetic tests to home in specifically on what their body is saying, which can quite often be different to what their medical records will say. And from that then, we then start to construct a methodology of bringing a person from where they are towards their solution. Amatsu's objective is to look at the root cause of a problem. Most people present and will talk to us about their symptoms, and they believe that to be the crux of their issue. Very rarely is that actually the origin of the problem. The problem can be historical or can simply be a transference of multiple other factors. But the case in point is, for true success in getting a person to good health and then the preservation of the same good health, is to get to the root cause of the issue, which means a thorough analysis of not only their case history, but also what their body is presenting to you when they arrive in for treatment. When the client has their treatment, what we need to do then is to educate the client and give them a series of skill sets that allows them to hold on to the maximum amount from each treatment so that we can build them towards their result in the most efficient way possible. And that comes down to one simple thing: making the client aware that their posture is paramount and that ultimately it's a behaviour and principle of movement that ultimately can create good health and preserve good health. When we initiate the program of treatment then, a client then starts to make immediate changes to how they present themselves in a physical postural position, because posture after all is paramount to good health. There is a position that a body needs to be in to be at its optimum. And if it's not in that position, then quite simply there will be a compromise. And that will present itself in the form of a condition, an ailment or disease. What we create is a position where those factors can't exist. And we pace and lead our client to that result and resolution by giving them strategic treatments, but with the information that they need to bring themselves back with the factors that we've employed for them in place, so we can categorically build their progression towards the specific predetermined result that we identified on the first day. I welcome quite a cross-section of society into the clinic here. It's wonderful, in fact, that we have everybody from, we'll say, a very hard-working labourer right up to some of the local doctors and everything in between. And they present here for a whole host of reasons. We can have people coming in here for very specific knee pain or back pain or shoulder issues. We have people with digestive disorders. We have women coming in that require help through their pregnancy to make it more comfortable. And even after the fact, bringing their babies into us a couple of days old if they happen to have been forceps or cesarean section delivered. We have an extensive array of potential skill sets to employ in the clinic that ultimately allows us to address anything that takes a body away from its optimum health. The clinic has been a great success because we listen to the client. We treat the client with all the information that we acquire, and we give the client the information which becomes a practiced knowledge in what they need to do to be part of their own solution. Everybody has the entitlement to good health. They don't always have the information to attain that. My job is to give them the information that they need so that they, in conjunction with the treatment, can attain optimum health. For more information, visit daghda.ireland.ie, or you can email me on info@daghda.ireland.ie for any questions that you may have.